everybody, welcome back to the Escentual. Erin here to make another cold process soap. Today I am making another custom order cold process, and it's going to be a little bit different. I feel like I say that with every single one of my videos because so many of the soaps that I make, at least to me, they are pretty different from each other, especially these custom orders. So I apologize for saying that so much. Now today we are making soap with this fragrance oil right here. This is Honeysuckle from Brambleberry, and if you've ever smelled a honeysuckle plant, it has a very sweet, I'm not really sure, well I guess I do know why they call it honeysuckle. It does not smell like honey, it just smells like a very sweet floral, not like fruity but just sweet. It's sort of hard to describe. But honeysuckles have these little white and yellow blossoms on them, and when you pull the blossom off, you can pull the stem through the bottom and it will pull out this tiny drop of nectar if you do it right, and that does sort of taste a little bit like honey. They're very nice, super fragrant, and they grow everywhere around here. This was a specific request from the customer. Now the base of this soap, let me scoot it over here, is going to be white. I've already got titanium dioxide mixed into my base oils here, and you can see it's not completely just stark white, and that's fine. Now for this fragrance oil, if you can read, it does say that it accelerates and rices in cold process. It also discolors to ivory, so about this color anyway. So we'll see what happens. I have not worked with a fragrance oil that specifically mentions that it rices before. So I have no idea what to expect, but that's also one of the big reasons why I haven't added any other colors to the base of the soap, because if it rices, which I'm counting on it to because the fragrance oil says that it will, again, that's not a rule. It's just, in general, this is how this fragrance oil behaved in cold process soap testing. But if it rices, I'm going to have to stick blend it out. And if it does rice, I'll try to remember to show everybody. I can see myself freaking out a little bit. And just hammering it out with a stick blender. In most cases, as long as you don't end up with soap on a stick really fast, you can stick blend ricing out. But of course that's going to thicken your base. So I figured I would leave the base white. I have a plan for the top, but we will get to that a little bit later. Now, I've already got my fragrance oil in my base oils here, and I figured I would do that because why not? I'm not putting any other colors in here, so I thought that it would be okay to try. So without further ado, let's jump right into the making of this soap. Okay, well, I think that's all the mixing that I'm going to do. My stick blender came apart. I have never seen that before. All right then, looks like it might be time to replace the attachment here. It has done well for a year. I might be able to fix it, but that's really disappointing because I have more soap to make. Oh boy. Okay. Well, now one thing to note, it is thickened, not awfully or anything. It's still pourable, but I do not see any ricing at all. I did suck a little bit of air into this batter, so there's some air bubbles, but nothing awful. I mean, it's a nice creamy consistency, so I'm pretty happy about that. I just scrape the bottom and everything here, and we will move on to the pour. I apologize that this isn't the most glamorous looking soap at this point, but I'm hoping that my plans for the top will work out good. So let's go on and pour. Uh-oh. Making messes. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, now, that's why I don't claim to be a clean soaper. Right there, that's perfect, actually. Perfect demonstration as to why I don't call myself a clean soaper. That's okay, I can clean that right up. This fragrance oil smells so good. If you like florals, I highly recommend this one. Highly, highly recommend this one. Just smoothing out the top here. I want to try to make it as even as I can. I don't have to make it smooth, but I do want it to be relatively even. I'll show you all how much of a mess I just made. Oh, goodness. Good thing I cleaned and sterilized this table. And it has thickened quite a bit. It has set up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bang it down before it can get any worse. Now, with that all being done, I have some little plastic cups here with a little bit of sweet almond oil. And in this one, I have New Leaf Green Mica, and in this one is Yellow Vibrance. These are both from Nurture Soap. They're very pretty. It's going to be hard to tell the color. There you go. In these colored glasses. But I'm just going to drizzle the top with these. And then I'm going to swirl the top. And what will happen is as the soap saponifies, it will absorb the oil in the drizzle and leave only the mica behind. And I'm moving kind of quickly because it is so set up. Just glad it let me get it all into the mold. My colors are running together. That's fine. So I'm just going to, oh, well, so much for that. Yep, this is too set up for me to even swirl it. Alrighty then. I don't even know why I'm bothering to continue. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up really fast. That did not work out the way that it was intended. Okay, let's bring you on for a close-up. So, what I did with the top here was I just took a knife and just sheared the top off because it was set up enough that it allowed me to do that. And I took some of the mica drizzle and just sort of slung it on there. It sort of beat it up, which is a little bit weird. But I think the soap will still absorb that oil. If it doesn't, I'll figure something else out. I'll make more. I have enough fragrance oil to make a whole nother batch of this, or I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I actually like it. I think it looks interesting. But you all will have to let me know down in the comments below. And I'm really thinking I'm not going to use this Yellow Vibrance anymore because look at the color difference here. And that's not even in soap. That's just in straight oil. So I think that I'm going to have to call it quits on the Yellow Vibrance from Nurture Soap. It's a really pretty color, but it is not yellow. It's definitely a golden orange color that is not at all what I was going for. So that's a little bit disappointing, but not the end of the world. So we will have to come back in a few hours and see if the soap has absorbed any of this oil. And if it hasn't, I might be able to just soak the oil off. So we will see. But I will bring you all back for the cut. Hello everybody, welcome back for the cut. This is the Honeysuckle soap that we made earlier. And I don't really know why I'm saying that, because if you're watching this, you have already seen that part. So I wanted to show you all this. Now you can see that there are some divots in the side of the soap. They're not as deep as they look. I mean, they are there. They are noticeable. The shadows in here are just atrocious. That one is kind of deep, but once it gets cut into bars, it's not going to be that bad. And this is what the top ended up looking like. Now, the soap did not absorb any of the oil. So what I did was I just took a paper towel and laid it across the top, and I didn't swipe or anything. I just sat the paper towel on there and sort of patted it to get up the extra oil. And, you know, it's subtle, but I like it. So we're going to get right into cutting, and you all can probably hear in the background fireworks going off. It is the 4th of July today. I actually just got back from my mom's house. We had a party. It was very fun. And at the end of this video, I will insert a short video. It's about 4 minutes long of our fireworks. So if you would like to see that, stick around for just a couple of seconds after the cutting is over, and you are more than welcome to watch that. I hope you all enjoy watching it as much as we enjoyed seeing it live. And of course, I did not tighten up my wire because it's pretty late. It's about 11 o'clock. I do have to work tomorrow, and my brain is a little bit fuzzy from all the percussion from the fireworks. But it was fun, that's for sure. Okay. So this is going to be very simple soap, just plain solid white in the middle with that pretty top. Some people prefer simple soaps over really elaborate ones. And I can really see why, because when you have a solid color soap or a soap with 2 colors at the most, there's just something very pleasing about the bar. It just looks, I don't know, it just looks really clean and nice. Look at the top, that shimmer. That's what I wanted. Just look how smooth and just luxurious. So you can see that even though the sides aren't perfect, which actually on this bar they pretty much are, but there is no tunnels or pits in the middle of the bar. So that is perfect. So even though the top didn't quite work out, because the soap did set up fairly fast, pretty fast actually, I'm not mad about it, because it is very pretty. This is a very, very, very nice bar of soap. I've been considering adding more plain soaps to my line, because trends come and go. Some people really, really like the really elaborate soaps. I like them. I don't normally do super elaborate ones with frosting on top and embeds and all that stuff. But I don't know, I'm just really, really feeling these plain bars of soap. Just look how pretty and simple and clean and just, oh, I just love it. And if I were to use a fragrance that didn't set up quite so fast, Honeysuckle is, of course, a floral. So it's, generally speaking, florals almost always accelerate. Many of them rice, which I did not actually experience any ricing with this fragrance, so I'm pretty happy about that. But it did accelerate. Once I stopped moving, it thickened very quickly, which isn't a problem, again, because I was going for a more plain bar with this one. And it actually has stayed, for the moment, fairly white. It's not stark white or anything, but that's about as white as I've ever been able to get soap to get. And unless you hold it up to something that's just purely white, it's hard to tell that it's not just a white bar of soap. So I am extremely pleased with how this turned out. And I have good news for everyone. I do have more soap to make, more custom order soap. So it won't be anything that gets added to my Etsy shop, because again, I still have quite a bit left that I need to move. But I think most people here are just viewers anyway, and that's totally fine. If I was in soap making for the money, it would be a completely different story. I probably wouldn't even make videos, to be honest. Well, I don't want to say that. But of course, I didn't get into this game for money at all. I really just started selling because I wanted to keep making soap, because I got really addicted to it. I'm still really addicted to it. And I figured, hey, if I can sell some of this, I can pay for more stuff to make more soap. It's just so satisfying. I mean, look at this. That's so pretty. And it has such a smooth, nice texture. I mean, I just love it. Very nice. And that shimmer, the little splotches on top. I really like how that turned out. And the last bar here. I always like to count my bars and make sure that my cutter is in the right place. I don't know if something as far as the temperature or what changes this soap cutter, but it seems like this thing moves. I have this down as tight as it will go. It will not budge, but I swear sometimes my bars come out different sizes. That's not always a problem, but it is a problem if I have cut to the point where I have ended up with too few bars, if that makes sense. But I really like these bars. I think they're a perfect size. They last a long time in the shower. Just very nice. And there is the final bar there. So as you can see, not the prettiest on the outside, but that inside is just whoo, so pretty. So that is all that I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like, leave a comment, tell me about your day, tell me how your holiday went. I would love to hear about it. Just say hi. It just makes my day when I hear from you guys. So again, subscribe if you're not already, and stick around for that fireworks video. Ow.
That's what it is. Those people down there.
You know what? That seems complicated.